Zadeh Kicks is the $100 million sneakers swindler. Now, a man that's 45 years old that tries to act and dress and be Travis Scott might be a walking red flag, but for many people, they trusted him and they had no reason not to. Ordering from Zadeh Kicks was a guarantee. Even though you waited 8 to 12 months, you would still get the shoes, they would still be authentic. We're going to talk about what Zadeh did, how he got to the spot that he's in now, and how we know he took millions from customers. Zadeh had his warehouse burned down by a stray cat. Yeah, Zadeh said that a cat burned down his warehouse, which he got a $200,000 payout. Now, this might be true, however, I don't know many people that live in the 1800s, the 1700s. They're using candles in a warehouse. However, that's what Zadeh claims. And he made a few $100,000 from Liberty Mutual, and he claims that only $2,000 worth of his sneakers were completely ruined. We should thank that cat. Maybe he knew what Zadeh was up to in the future and was just trying to end him right there, but I don't know. If you know how hard it is to get sneakers this day and age, with people that are in these membership-based groups, using Zadeh's services as well as him being able to promote his own services, it allowed for his customer base to just become absolutely enormous. Roughly a week ago, a Handicap Law showed up on Zadeh's site. Now, it's such a strange thing, and I never really read too much into it. All I know is it didn't really make a lot of sense, and it was something that was very, very unusual on his site. He always had pre-orders open, and you could order shoes through PayPal, and just know that you would have to wait 8 to 12 months. You would get them absolutely no problem. You can get your favorite, most hyped sneaker without all of the BS that people have to put up with these days. People always thought, well, Zadeh is located in Oregon, which is where Nike is. This is also where Adidas is at. So I think people just automatically just kind of assumed, well, he's in Oregon. You could have a plug at Nike, you could have a plug at Adidas. So this seems all legit, but it wasn't until this message read on Zadeh's site. It said that his business had been dissolved, and shortly after that message was on the website, people were starting to receive an email saying that he had now been cooperating with the feds, that they'd been looking into the situation. Now, how did Zadeh's scam work? Now, of course, he was collecting money through his customers, and essentially nobody really knows how he was making the money other than the exit scam he just pulled. He could have been making investments. One of the large chargebacks that just happened to him recently could have been the reason why he decided to end it all. However, no one really knows. Maybe he invested in an NFT, crypto, that, maybe he invested in Luna. Nobody really knows what happened and why he had to cease all operations. We're pretty certain that this scam was worth over $100 million based upon 2019 records from his wife, Bethany. Now, Bethany had apparently spent over $36 million on StockX, courtesy of the Wayback Machine, which can tell you internet records that no longer exist. And this is thanks to 404 is Unknown on Twitter. He has an entire thread that laid out what they did and how they got their product. Now, it makes a lot more sense now that he didn't really have a plug. He'd pretty much be taking one person's money to pay for the other person's order, so on and so forth. And if you had a problem with your order, he would eventually just give you a gift card, which now you can't use it. It's worthless. And he hoped that by giving you the gift card, he would get away with this scam one day, as well as hoping that while he was still operational, that you would never use this gift card and maybe forget about it. And I've seen people with upwards of $200,000 gift cards. Now, a lot of people wonder, why did it take 9 to 12 months for you to get your shoes? If he's the plug, if he has these shoes, why would it take so long? And for his eventual exit to this Ponzi scheme, he knew that there was no way you could catch up to him because, well, it took 12 months, can't charge back on that money, it's mine now. And by him dissolving his business and attempting to move all of his money into his own personal finances, that's his only way of escaping. However, with the feds looking into the situation, I highly doubt he's going to end up getting away with this. At least I hope so. Now, of course, a man that gobbles glizzies on Instagram and tries to be Travis Scott at the age of 46, he might not be someone that you would trust with hundreds of millions of dollars. However, unfortunately, I know people, my friend George Kicks, who lost $77,000 on military black Air Jordan 4s, and there's no sign that he's going to be getting that money back anytime soon. A lot of people instilled trust in this man, and just like the Tinder swindler, he made it out as if everything is legit, there's no problems, and he would somehow always convince you that you can put your trust in him while he was scamming you and while he had this plan in mind the entire time. And this just goes to show you how bad the sneaker market is these days. People will do anything to get their shoes at an affordable price, and they won't ask questions. A lot of people, it made sense why they ordered with him. You would get your shoes eventually. You didn't have to go through all the BS to get them, and it is what it is, you know. Don't ask questions, don't ask, don't tell. Zadeh was a top 1% seller with Shopify, which means he's doing hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. So how much did he walk away with in the exit scam? Nobody truly knows, but based upon this Discord channel that's dedicated to helping people with the Zadeh situation, it looks like he made away with tens to maybe $50 million. And based upon his wife Bethany's StockX account, if they kept up with business, which I'm sure they did, and they kept at that steady rate, and maybe probably even did bigger numbers, he easily made over $100 million doing this. Maybe not profit, but that's at least what he collected from the customers. And maybe that cat might have been trying to tell us something. Don't trust this glizzy gobbler. And if you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. And if you could drop a like so more people could see this, as well as hit subscribe. We're gonna have a ton of new videos coming out soon, hopefully a little bit more lighthearted. But either way, thanks for watching. Peace.